My name is Michael Wawiyo Jr. and I'm an actor. Yeah, and in this film, I play, on 16 rounds, I play Damba. I don't like this guy. No, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't like this guy. Though I appreciate what he's going through, so I don't blame him completely, so to speak. He's going through PTSD, and it's affecting his marriage, it's affecting his loved ones, it's pushed him away from his workmates. He's become sort of like boxed in his situation. He feels like nobody can understand and nobody can help, so he goes to extremes to do certain things that purely I would not adhere for, but that's why I don't like him. I don't like him. But I appreciate him and understand him. That's how I can try to play him. So I play him without blaming or without any bias or anything like that. Louis.
How are you?
Yep, I'm good.
Oh, you missed my call.
No, so I couldn't talk earlier.
What is happening?
You know, the wife.
What's wrong with her?
Suppose you said if I get evidence that she's cheating, she gets nothing.
That's what the lawyer said. But if you ask me, option A is still the best.
I don't want her dead, Louis. She's pregnant. I like to experience my characters and what they feel and what they what they go through. I want to live that person. So I do lots of research. I was doing lots of reading about PTSD. Personally, I would want people to understand that PTSD is real, and soldiers who are going through it should seek help and not hoard it. Many of them hoard it, according to my research. Many of them feel like they'll be judged or whatever. They have this guilt they carry about losing their friends. So I feel like it shows my character will expose that weakness in society, that we need to help these guys, and also they should be willing to be helped, in how they affect soldiers both in the West, in Africa, in our very own UPDF. You know, I was reading it extensively wide about his situation in particular, and how it can affect loved ones, and how I can borrow those different experiences of different soldiers and marry them into my character's situation. So that was pretty much and this being a short film, the time allocated for you to do your most deserved research is so minimal. So in that time, you have to clearly go and unearth your character. So it's fun, it's exciting, vis-a-vis challenging. Lukman wrote a very challenging character for me. Loukman Ali. Loukman Ali. He's an insanely creative guy. I've worked with him before, Yellow Jumper, and man, I was wowed by his depth of creativity. You know, he goes for the very detail that many filmmakers touch surface on, and that's what makes him different. That's what makes him sets his work apart from most of the people whose work I also admire. But yeah, I learn from him every time. And the thing about working with Lukman is that we're friends, so we're open to growth. You know, we want to grow together. And not just us, but as anyone we work with, we want to go better, yeah. So he's an amazing creative guy. If you think Blinded blew your mind, man, then wait for this one. This is going to be bigger. We want it to be bigger, so we're pushing in every aspect, in every angle. We're pushing from performances to the creative look, from the writing, the producing, the whole 9 yards. Everyone is doing their over 100, you know, over 100.
My name is Natasha Senevier. I am an actress, I am a model, I am an influencer. Wow, I think I have done it all, so that's how. Oh, I'm acting as Dorothy. That's the wife of Damba. And my character is basically a wife with the husband that they're going through a certain period in their marriage where they really are not clicking, but they manage to, like, there's so much conflict between the two of them, and it becomes explosive eventually. So yeah, basically that's my character, and she's. I would honestly say this about her: she's a strong woman, very confident about herself, and yeah, that's who she is. I think I like the fact that she's not like me. We are totally different human beings, and I like the challenge that I had to do something like that. Right? I'm more the layback, but for her she's very explosive and everything. So I think the reason I like her is because she got to make me to become someone else and try to explore that other side of myself. So yeah, that's something I like.
Has the prison raping taken away your sense of curiosity and wonder?
Get to the fucking point.
I guess you've been wondering how I knew. This is how. It's a camera.
One thing I do is I always research, first of all, and I think the one thing I would say about my co-actor, Michael Will, is that he tends to want to, we do research together and we understand why are we in this point and this and the other once you're provided with the script. And so it's more like I do research, then I mentally tell myself that I'm this person. I try to understand their lows, their highs and everything. And when I do that, it makes it easier for me to execute who she is. It's the only way you get to understand the character. You see, it's so easy to read something and you have to, when you read something, you interpret it yourself. But there's always the writer, there's always the director, there's always your co-actor. They also interpret it differently. So it's better to sit down and do the research together so that you understand it all the same. So it makes it easier to create the chemistry, you know, and all that. It's been amazing. It's actually been amazing. I think today, as you can see, I'm all ready for my character. As in today, I think it's going to be more. It's the most challenging part of the act today, but it's been amazing so far. I can't complain because I have it's a very good team we're working with, from the sound guy to the director to my co-star. Like it's amazing. Yeah, he's very particular with everything that he wants. Like he always he envisions what he has written, what he wants. And when he does that, he wants you to go by that, right? And so he's more of an intense director, but at the same time, he will interpret, and then he will want to understand how you understood the character. So he's an amazing director. He's not the kind that it's all work and no play. It's a play and work. So he really creates a very beautiful environment for us to work with, and I love that. I always like something like that. Yeah. With this, everyone on set is just amazing. They should expect brilliance, excellence. They should expect great acting, great directing, great cinematography. Like basically they should expect all that. But at the same time, I always don't have any expectations for people when it comes to any project I do, because I think I'm a victim. I always, when I enter cinema, I get out of something different from the next person. So I think what I would honestly say is just go with an open mind to be able to experience something that you've not experienced in Uganda before, and at the same time, just know if you're going for a learning curve, it's going to be amazing. If you're going for fun, it's still going to be amazing. So I think they should just they should just be open-minded for greatness. That's all I should say. Yeah.
My name is Patrick Nkaka. I am 30 years old. I am an actor, and this is 16 rounds, and I'm playing one of the police guys Yeah, we didn't pick names, so it's one of the police guys.
Under arrest. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the courts of law. Let's take it.
I like these characters because, you know, when they're not so specific, when the script is not so specific about your character, it sometimes it gives you some leeway to get creative. So, you know, we pick our own lines, we rehearse them together, see if they work, and then we just call in the director and he's like, yeah, that's perfect, that will do, that's funny, that's, you know, and I like that. But also the other thing that I really like about the characters is the costumes. Yeah, Nadia made some really dope costumes. We look so good in those things, yeah. Given that, you know, there was not really much to do in this one, I just did the normal. I understood where the script is coming from. And then now the rest is basically us now getting together on set and doing some team synergy, because we happen to be 3 policemen. Yeah, and you know, we've worked together before. It's me, Rushabiro Raymond, and Riverdan. So we've worked together before on a number of projects. So now we just sat down and we're like, how do we beef up these characters? And you know, we just started getting our own synergy working, and before you know it, we knew who our commander was, we knew who was going to do ABC, which was dope. There's a lot of creation going on, which is really amazing. It's not every day that, you know, productions in Uganda get to be in warehouses and stuff. Actually, so far it's only been Lukman for me. The rest, we are still going into people's houses. You can't shift this wall, you can't, you know, but here you can paint it however you like. You can, you know, you can, now we have a car in there, you know, then there's a bed and all that. We can make it rain if we want to, which is really amazing and very challenging. And I hope, you know, other producers can pick a leaf. Well, the first time we met, he called me personally and he wanted to just have a meet with me. He wanted to sort of, I think he just wanted to test me. It was a test, really. There was no project, there was nothing, but he just wanted to test me to see what I'm all about. Because, you know, when producers get together, they want to work with so and so, they first ask people around. And it so happens, he actually confessed this to me. It so happens in Uganda, when you have your principles in any line of work, when you have your principles, bakaita kajanja, bakaita lugezigezi, yeah, you have you know, and he said that because he had also been called that before, he was very intrigued when he was told that Nino lugezigezi. So that's why he sought me out, and other actors, you know. So and he says those are the people he ended up working with, because it wasn't really about lugezigezi, it was just the principles, that they know what they want, they know how they want to execute, and they will stand by their craft, you know. So when we first met and he showed me some of his work, by then it was mainly animation and stuff, you could tell that, you know, he's bringing something different. So with him, I'm so willing, even if he's not paying me a dime, I am so willing, because I know once I get onto his set, I'm going to be challenged in so many ways. You enter a place and he has set up for maybe a bathroom scene, and you're like, wow. Like, you see that really it's not a real bathroom as is, but the amount of time that they put in, the planning and everything, it challenges you, you know, because at some point I also want to be a director or a producer or a writer, and I want to have these small intricate things, because I believe that the thing that's failing most of our projects is not the money, it's not the production, or it's not the actors, but it's the details. People like, you can't tell a guy to do this, to get a car and bring it to a warehouse, and you know, they'll be like, I know so many friends who have garages and there are cars in those garages, but then they'll miss a certain angle because they can't move the wall. Here we can move this wall, you know. So because of that, I have mad respect for him and I have mad love for him.
My name is Ganza Prince. I play Jerome. It was just me, you know. The Jerome is just a relaxed guy. He's a caring guy. and even though he made a mistake that he's gonna be paying for. And I mean, Jerome is really a really just relaxed guy, and he's just doing his thing. And met Lukman 7 years ago. Yeah, we were doing an MTN ad back home in Kigali. So when I met him, I asked him if there is any other movies that he's planning to make. Then he said, sure, I will call you one day. So I was waiting. So then a week ago, I just saw his text. He just said, man, just come over here. We're shooting a movie. Then that's how I got here. I expect great quality, and it will add more of intensity to what I've been doing before, because this movie is more interesting. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean that the ones that I've done before wasn't that interesting, but this one is way more different from all the other movies that I've done, and I'm really looking for it to come out.
The names of Raymond Rushabiro. I'm an actor, professional actor. I've been in this profession for quite some time, for over 2 decades. I met Lukman through, because we usually meet most of these filmmakers, National Theatre. I've met him before, but I hadn't worked with him. So it's not until recently, about last year I think, when I was approached by Mukwaya, the producer, and he told me there's some juicy role for me, and I was going to work with Lukman, Lookout Films. I was very excited because I've seen some of his work, and it's excellent stuff, It's good stuff. He's a man of details and what. He really works on his thing. His stuff is cinematic. So I was very humbled, I was excited. So I came in and we did the first project. That was The Blind Date.
Keep your mobile on.
And is that all?
Well, yeah. But I don't suppose you want me to say anything as cliche as you go to the police and she fucking dies. Have a wonderful day, bitch.
That's how I started working with Lukman, and I think our working relationship was good in the blind date. And so he decided to cast me in the second one. I didn't have so much to prepare because the role that he gave me, it's not something I've done before, but it's something near to what I've done before. There were just a few dynamics, a few things that really changed. So I didn't really have to prepare so much. Well, where I had to prepare is actually when we are on set. Because normally I do my preparations before I get onto the set, read about the character, try and see the backstory and what we see, the character's goals, what do they want in this particular film, whatever, in this particular story. So there wasn't much for me to prepare the pre. But on set, there was quite a lot because it was my first time to shoot with Lukman. I don't know what he wants. It's his first time to direct me because we have so many different directors with different styles. His style is totally different, totally different. He will give it to you. He will tell you what he wants, how he wants it, how he wants you to react in the shot. He has done his frame. He wants you to act within that frame. He's the guy who wants one line, yeah, and he will tell you, I want you to say this line facing the wall. Don't ask him why is it my face being seen in the camera, because he knows how he's telling the story. So that is when I had to now do some preparations. I first went through with him, and I was like, I just want to know how you do your stuff. So he told me how he does his stuff, his style. And so I had to go back a bit. ask him for like 30 or so minutes to prepare, try and get into character, try and get what he wants to put across. Just have, that's one thing for the actors. We have very many actors who are rigged. They are fixed. They are fixed. As an actor, you're not supposed to be fixed. You're supposed to be flexible, ready to change at any moment, ready to adapt to anything, any situation. Yes, that's acting. I'm dealing with directors who are much younger than me. So many are like 20 years younger than me. But I listen to them. They have their style. Of course, like all sets, everywhere you go from Hollywood, I don't know, to Bollywood, to where there's, all those woods. There is nowhere you're going to find a set that is going to run 100%, smooth. No, it's never there. Then that is not a set. Then I'll call them the normal challenges. They're not normal. The abnormal ones is, God forbid, is when you lose one person, one character on set. Man, that's sad, you understand? But these are challenges, we expect them. Some of them we do anticipate them. And okay, this is bound to happen, and we'll see how we can, counter it. At times you fail to do something about it, and you just go for another option. Worst case scenario, you move the shoot to the following day. Lukman is one of these few guys that we have that are so particular about their shots, so particular about the stories, about everything that is going to come out. So just like you saw the reaction, the feedback we got from Blind Date, everybody was like, wow, was this done in Uganda? So that is the thing. So if we can have some of these works, put on YouTube and people watch them, thousands and thousands of people, then I think we shall start getting these other stakeholders, coming in now, getting more sponsorship. Because right now, Lukman sponsors himself. I sponsor myself. We pick from our pockets. I'm here on set. I can't talk much about how we're going to work out these things. But I'm telling you, we are digging from our small savings. We dig from our savings and then see how we're going to sweat with the landlord the following day. But all in the interest and all in the hope that people are going to see our works and then they can come on board and sponsor, and we grow. This is an industry that can employ thousands. Look at this set already. We are here on this set, we are about 50. Imagine you have over 50 sets around Kampala, 50 sets in all these other cities that were just named recently. Each city has about 50 sets working. Each set has about 50 people working. Those are 250 people working on the 50 sets on a particular city. Now you have about 5 cities. Those are how many people? 750 people. Youth, 1,000 youth are working on every single day. But how do we get it done here? Like they say, they want to see, can they afford it? Can they make this thing happen, really? Unfortunately. But so that is one of our aims, our main objectives. One of our main objectives to showcase what we've done and what we can do. I'm interested. I think if I put some money here, this thing will work. Yeah, so that is the thing. And then, of course, to our audience, our fans, we promise them more good stuff coming. And we thank them for having watched the previous projects, not only Blind Date, but several others, because minus them, wouldn't be here. Because the few that have been able to watch, they always give us their feedback. And most of them are very encouraging, apart from a few who just go like, and you're like, when shall we ever start? We have to start, and then we learn along the way. Yeah. So to my fans, we love them so much. We love you so much, our fans, and we hope to give you the best